Welcome back at TOA 2015. It's day 2. My name is Felicitas Hackmann from VentureVillage, and I'm here with Matt Schofield from Spinnup. Hi, Matt. How are you today?
Hi, I'm really well, thank you very much. Yeah.
You are from Spinfield, and you described it earlier as an incubator for unsigned artists. Can you describe that a little bit more?
That's right. So we at Spinnup offer a distribution service for artists to get their music out into the world. And as part of that, we monitor the kind of relationships between our own scout network who listen to all of these artists' music, and we give them tools and services to help them introduce them into universal music.
And how is that about the rights that the musicians have? How much do you own? How much do they own? How much do they keep?
So when an artist comes to Spinnup, they keep all of the rights, all of the royalties, and we see that as helping them earn money while they wait to be discovered by a record label.
Is there any other fees that they have to know about if they want to sign up with you guys?
We charge for distribution, so to get a single or an EP or an album out will cost you a yearly fee. But after that, we take no money after that, it's all yours.
And do artists have to come up themselves and have to hear about you and get in touch with you, or do you guys also go out there and scan the current scene and go to concerts? How does that work? Like, how is the
a bit of both, really.
Okay.
We have local scouts in each country that we're launched, which is the UK, Germany, and Sweden. They'll often go out and find artists to bring to the platform, but equally it's open to everybody, so anyone can come along and sign up to the service, and if they release their music to us, we'll listen to it.
You earlier also said that the old model was that you scan people or have editors, audio editors, listening to them and then decide whether or not they should get a contract. But then you said the new way is data. What's happening with the data, and how does that all get together?
Sure. So for us, it's kind of a hybrid between scouts listening and data showing how an artist's performing. So like you said, the old way was very much just, does it sound good? Do I like it? The new way is, do I like it, and is it doing well? Some people will invest in music when they don't mind about the data, but we see it as a really important companion to the instincts of these scouts.
Do you have any best practices that you could talk about?
In terms of for an artist? Or,
yes.
I'm not sure I do, actually, off the top of your head. I'd need to know a little bit more about what you mean.
Well, you previously mentioned the guys from Sweden, I believe, and that you looked into the data and you saw that they were constantly having the same amount of listeners over a long time instead of just having a peak and then dropping again.
Yeah, sure.
What kind of consequences did you pull from that?
I mean, we saw that these kind of consistent streaming and building a fan base is really, really important. That was what led to one of our signings, a group called Vigiland. They built their own fan base themselves, which we were really interested in because that's them being proactive and working their own music. And we saw that when they released a new one, that the fan base grew, and it continued to grow until we signed it, and then it exploded.
That being the future of music, how, with all the streaming services currently out there and Apple Music having just launched, how do you see, what do you think where this is going? Because I have more and more people talking to me and also reading it in the media that artists earn less and less. It's super comfortable for you and me to listen and use streaming services. I'm very happy to use them, but for artists, I have the feeling it really sucks. What are your feelings about that?
I couldn't really comment for Universal, but for Spinnup at least, we view it as a really important platform for artists to be discovered. I see the data that we get from streaming services, which is the same for SoundCloud and YouTube, for instance, very much as an indicator of popularity, rather than people downloading. The data that we get from streaming, which is useful for artists, is a real indicator of how popular you're becoming. So I think it's a really important part of it, and I think it's vital to artists at this stage. But
you can't pay your rent with that. Is it understanding that someone becomes more and more popular and maybe having signing a deal, inviting them to shows, having larger concerts, becoming the next Lady Gaga or whatnot?
Yeah.
But is there a way of making money in the music industry without like concerts specifically, but like streaming and selling music somehow? Is there any way that you could?
To be honest, I think I'm not really the right person to comment. I'm the tech guy for Spinnup, so I think it might be a question better put to the wider business, I think.
Where do you guys have your offices? Is this just
So
in
we have
London?
a central team that's based in Universal Music's office in London. We have a team in Sweden, in Berlin, in Stockholm, in Berlin, and we have an extra team in London as well. So there are 2 in London, because of course we're launched all over the world, and that's kind of managed from a central point of view in London. The local UK team operates from a different office, and the same in Sweden and Germany.
And you described Spinnup as a startup inside of Universal, so it's kind of, I guess, the corporate having a small extra team, like an extra company to do certain things. And the business model for as of right now, as you explained, was the annual fee. Is there an idea to become break even, or is it all right to be this way because you have a larger corporation holding your back? Because you probably will not operate very independently. You will not go and have different contracts. You are part of Universal family.
Right.
And
I think the original plan was always for the platform to be self-sustaining. But the real kind of model is, because it's part of Universal Music, it's all about tying that into what Universal can add and gain from that as well.
Cool. How do you like TOA so far? Like, if you're the tech person, are you attending a lot of tech conferences?
Yeah, I've been to a few, especially the one this morning about the TaskRabbit that John Vaz gave. That was a great one about change. That was awesome. No, I think the conference is great. I love the open air. I haven't been to an outside one before. The venue's awesome. No, it's a really nice crowd, a nice vibe.
Did you see the gig last night? The musicians that were here last night?
Not last night. No, I saw them during the day in the afternoon.
Okay.
But after that, I had to dash. No.
Oh, too bad, because that was really really good. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was quite amazing. That being said, what is the next big conference people can get in touch with you?
I'm not currently scheduled for any other conferences at the moment. This is kind of my.
You're exclusive for TOA then?
I'm exclusive for TOA, yeah.
All right.
Exactly.
Well, then, thank you very much. It was great having you. Thank you for sharing all the
pleasure.
details. Is there one advice that you can give unsigned artists except for signing up with your platform?
I think it's about being proactive in managing yourself, looking to what you can do to promote yourself, however small an effort it might seem. Building a fan base is absolutely vital.
And what's your favorite song right now?
Right now? I'm listening to a lot of the Antlers right now, so it's kind of sad. It's, pretty depressing.
All right. Thank you very much. It was great having you.
Thank you very much.